family, Astralboobaby, and I would like to take this time to talk about the state of the world, more importantly, consciousness. Now, those of us who are sensitive, we've been feeling these changes for a long time now. And we're noticing changes not only in the world, the weather, animals, the political, economic structure, but we are definitely noticing changes in one another. There are more people waking up and questioning the so-called greater reality, or questioning everything that they've been told or taught to be truth and reality. This is a very healthy thing. I want to talk about those of us who follow the news and witness people around us who are really out of character. In layman's terms, it seems like people are going crazy. And I want to talk about why that is and what we can do to keep ourselves maintained and balanced. We've been saying it for the longest, and I will say it again just for the sake of those who may be watching this video for the first, or watch me for the very first time, or watching anything related to what I talk about for the very first time. What we're going through is a natural cycle. The planet is going through a polar shift. And when we go through a shift, it affects us mentally, physically, and spiritually. And to adjust, changes have to be made. Now, what is happening is that this is a dual game or experiment that is coming to an end. You have one side that's fighting to keep things the same, and then of course you have the natural progression and cycle and evolution that's kicking in. Now, for those of us who have no sense of self, or have no sense of what is going on, or is so extreme on either side, these energy shifts and everything that is happening physically and socially, economically, and politically, if we don't make a conscious decision to be balanced and maintain balance, it can affect us in a very adverse way. And when I say in an adverse way, meaning we literally lose our minds. We disconnect or lose the connection from the higher, greater God, Christ self. And we become fodder to these lower level astral entities and parasites. Because when it's all said and done, family, when we're not in control of our minds, someone or something else will. Now, how do we deal with this? I know that many of us have family members and co-workers and people who really rub us energetically in a very, in the wrong way. I'm just going to keep it real. In the wrong way for us. What may rub somebody else the wrong way may not be the case for us. Of course, those of us who are highly sensitive, you know, it could be any and everything. So we have to put on extra armor if we have not done so by now. So how do we do this? And this has been revealed to me as well. We must begin connecting or reconnecting to and with nature. Get out in the park. Connect with your environment. Hug a tree. As crazy as it may sound, talk to trees. Trees are the most wisest beings on the planet right now, on a conscious level. Get out and sun gaze. There are many free techniques put out here by brothers and sisters who came here for that purpose, to teach in those respective areas. Diet. How often can we say, how important is diet? A balanced diet makes for a balanced person. I'm not going to tell you what to eat. Simply state your intent to be balanced in diet and nutrition, and meditate and allow your higher self, your God, Jesus, whomever or whatever, the guide of your under or ultra standing, your inner self, whatever that may be, allow that to guide you and to help you discern what is the best diet for balance for yourself. The next thing that I'm going to recommend is that we, as painful as it may be, if there are people and situations that we do not have to be around, it is that time to love and nurture them from a distance. You have to protect your space. You have to do it. And that does not mean completely divorce yourself. And in some cases, we may have to do that. Completely divorce ourselves from people who kick up a lot of toxicity or too much righteousness. Again, it's all about being balanced. Too much of anything other than love is not, and I'm not talking about the feel-good romance kind of love. Too much of anything is not really good for us. The other thing that I would like to see more of us doing is service to one another. Service to one another. When we are balanced and connected, most of us are going to just be inclined and motivated and inspired to help one another. But if we just so happen not to be there, I'm telling you, when you do something for someone else from the kindness of your heart, you have no idea how much that would reverberate back to you and uplift that person in the process. The other thing, and the last most important thing, is in order to kind of stay balanced in all of this turbulence, we have got to, and I put a capital G on this, we have got to question everything that we have ever learned, ever been taught, and still learning. Even what I share. I have never come forth to say that I have all of the truth and all of the answers for anyone. I always say, take whatever resonates and leave the rest behind. And the reason why this is so important is because many of us are imbalanced because we are listening to and following those who are imbalanced or being manipulated and controlled themselves. So it becomes a situation of the blind leading the blind. We are not operating and using any discernment, some of us, and nothing. We're just following. We're just going along. And again, that's another way of, if you are not in control of your mind, someone else will be. Continue to question, learn, and grow, and what? Happy travels, y'all.